Embrace harmony over balance for genuine connections and fulfilling interactions.
People wake up eventually and they move on with their lives, but I have maintained friendships. And here's the thing, we are not looking for balance because that is a demand that says that the way that I spend my time is working towards something that is effectively unachievable. However, what I am interested in is harmony, because when I have harmony, I'm not looking for everything to be equally balanced. What I'm looking for is for there to be this conglomeration of ideas and specifics and techniques and approaches and the ways that we choose to spend our time over the course of the day that advance our mission. And when we were talking earlier, I asked, what is it that you want? What do you want to get out of our time together? Well, the two key things that seem to be a theme that are absolutely ingrained into and unpacked in great detail in the Bionic Sales creation that Doug and I have worked on is your differentiator and your initial conversation. Your differentiator and your initial conversation. I will never forget being in a room full of brokers in that working for that first national account that I mentioned earlier, where someone raised their hand and said, how can I separate myself in the mind of my potential client? And I had a 2-word answer: ask them. The question. So my name is Tom Beard. I'm a broker here with Colliers in South Carolina. I'm calling to introduce myself and to see if what I do might be useful to you in the future. How do we figure that out together? Notice that I followed a logical progression of thought. I made the best use of my time. I had profound clarity, and I wasn't looking for something specific to happen. When we initiate a conversation and we go into that conversation with something specific that we want to have happen, we have one of two options. It either happens or it doesn't. And because it doesn't happen most of the time, because we've already predetermined what it is that we want to have happen, we walk away disappointed. When we walk away disappointed, we look at that exercise or that process and we say, well, that doesn't work. No, you didn't do it well. So what that means to me is that number one, when people say, when we say, how do we figure that out? Or how can we explore that together? And they say, well, talk to me a little bit about what you do. Well, we help companies like yours do blank, blank, and blank. What is it that you're hoping to achieve when you think about real estate going forward? Now, I love when people say, well, you must be aware of the fact that we get calls from brokers all the time. I don't want to argue with that. I want to validate that. And I want to open up a window in their mind that has not been opened by anyone else before. And that comes, in my view, from asking a question that gets them thinking, but gets them thinking in a way that no one else is getting them to think. And that's the time to go ahead and be authentic, to be genuine, to have that opportunity to engage these people by drawing them out, by asking the question, what would differentiate me in your mind from any other broker that you speak to? What does that question accomplish, folks?
It allows them to tell you what they're looking for and what they've been missing.
And both of those are very useful to us. What it is that they are looking for and what they have been missing. And when we begin to collaborate, when they open up and say, you know what, no one's ever asked me that before, we sit in silence and wait for them to elaborate. Because when they elaborate, now they're painting us a picture